Like it.
Yeah.
Geez. We have a guest, and here we are, yapping away. This is going to be pretty cool. Her name is Julie. Is it Spira or Spira?
It is Spira.
Hi, Julie. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Julie's written a book called The Perils of Cyber Dating. I don't know that cyber dating's ever been bigger with all the social networks. Would that be true?
It's an all-time high right now, and you're correct. I mean, with Facebook, with all those 300 to 400 million people on Facebook, suddenly everybody feels it's okay to go and sign up for an online dating site.
And Julie, I guess the biggest complaint that I've heard, and I've never done it, but the biggest complaint I've heard is the people lie on their profiles.
Oh, they do indeed.
Now, why? I mean, if they're serious about it, they're going to eventually meet somebody, and it's going to be really clear that they've lied.
Yeah, it's very clear, and there's nothing worse than when you go on a date and so they don't look anything like their photo, and suddenly you see that sad face, and you're looking at your watch going, can I leave now?
And that's happened to you?
It happens to everybody. I mean, it happens to everybody because they're so insecure and they're afraid they won't fit into a search, so they'll knock off 10 years from their age or maybe 15 to 20 pounds from their weight. And then they wonder, what's going to happen when they actually meet someone and they don't look anything like their photo.
Yeah, it's just doesn't seem to make sense that they would lie.
And speaking of this, common profile definitions, this is from her book. If they say male, height 5'7", it's a male 5'5" or less. Male wearing a baseball hat in the picture, bald or little hair. If there was no photo, you're saying that they're probably not that attractive.
They're either not attractive or maybe they're married and they don't want a neighbor to sort of squeal on them that they saw them on an online dating site.
But if you don't send a photo, do those people ever get hooked up? Do they?
Very rarely. I mean, if you're not sending a photo, either you're hiding something or you're ugly.
Wow. Now, before we get into more of the perils, this cyber dating, when done properly, it does work, does it not?
Oh, it really does. I mean, if you look at sites like eHarmony, they talk about how they have 236 people that get married every day.
Wow.
And, you hear about these success stories, and then you go, well, why isn't that happening to me? So eventually you'll join a site, and you hope that there'll be some truth in advertising and that you can, meet a great guy or a great gal.
All right, now, Julie, there are good sites and there are bad sites. Lead us to some of the best and some of the ones that just don't work.
I think the best sites really are the ones that have the most members. One of the most popular sites, of course, is Match.com, and there's something for everyone on a site like Match. And you'll get the people that are looking for hookups, and you're also getting the people that are looking to get married.
All right, what about eHarmony? They advertise a lot.
Yeah, eHarmony has been around for a long time, and they really do focus on the serious-minded, marriage-minded people. So if you're looking to get married and you're looking to settle down, or at least you want a monogamous, serious relationship, eHarmony is a great place to start.
What about some of the ones that just they're just not working out?
Well, a lot of times they don't work out because there's some profiles on there that are old and they don't have active members, or they're too new of a site and maybe they only have 500 or 1,000 members. So if you're not getting any emails from people, then you just need to check out a different site.
So you're saying that the more members, normally the better the site?
The more members, the more active the site is, the more popular the site is. But then again, you need to find a site that's good for you. So if you're looking to get married, you go to a particular site. If you're looking for a hookup, go to Online Booty Call, and nobody's going to expect you to put a ring on their finger.
All right, now, Julie, for someone who's listening to this and they're thinking, okay, you know what? I've been thinking about it. Damn it, I'm going to do it. What are some of the perils that they need to watch out for?
Oh, you'd be surprised at some of these perils. What happens sometimes is that you fall in love with someone from your keyboard or your iPhone that you never actually meet. And you have this false sense of actually being in a relationship. And you'll hear from them every day, and they may even call you, and you'll talk every night about, your deepest secrets, your passionate desires, and then you never meet, and you think you're in love. And if you can't meet somebody, offline that you've actually met online, then you don't really know what you're getting into. You don't know if they're just looking for a plan B.
So somebody who just takes it too seriously before they've even met.
Too seriously before they even met, or just a game player. Let's see, I'll write to 10 different women tonight, and I'll tell them they're the only one, and, I'm looking to get married, and the women get excited, and then they start telling their girlfriends, I met this fabulous guy online. Well, he's still online. She hasn't really met him.
Are there those, just on the guys, I'm sure women do it too, but what's the percentage of guys who just go on there? They could be married, they could be in a monogamous relationship, but just to play around, have no intention of meeting girls, but just to do it as a hobby?
Well, that's a terrific question because statistically they're saying now that about 1/3 of the men that are married are going on posing as single, to either look for sex or to just, because they're bored in their marriages.
What about now? We're looking at your list of the 10 rules of dating. What are some of these?
Okay, the top 10 rules of etiquette for online daters. This is fun. The number one is the Google rule. And we know that everybody tends to Google each other, and sometimes there's information on there that might not be accurate. And if you spend too much time obsessing over what you're finding on Google, it's almost like short of doing a background search. So I don't recommend it. And if you do go ahead and Google somebody before the first date, just don't tell them on the date, hey, guess what I found out about you on this, when I checked you out on Google.
Wow.
And it's like, oh, no, he might be a stalker. They'll run the other way.
And then the cutoff rule.
I love the cutoff rule. Authenticity matters. And I think now with Facebook, people are starting to be a little bit more authentic in their online dating profiles because if their Facebook photos aren't matching the online profiles, and it looks like suddenly it's your younger brother or sister online, and yet on Facebook, you don't have any hair, it's a problem. So I tell people, please be authentic, but they're not going to. And if they're not going to be telling the truth about their age, I say, here's the cutoff rule. No more than 5 pounds or 5 years. And if you do, just come clean on the first date, or at least write it in your email. Oh, by the way, I need you to fit into a search because I'm no longer 29 or 39. Everybody gets really suspicious about 9s at the end of your birthday.
Wow. How about the food and beverage rule?
Oh, the food and beverage rule. This is hysterical. How about asking somebody out for dinner and say, what kind of food do you like? And you say, well, gee, I really like Italian. Oh, I know a terrific Italian restaurant. And then you get to the restaurant, and then they don't want to order any food. Maybe they don't like you enough, you're not as pretty enough, and they don't want to make the investment. Or they'll say, can we just share an appetizer? And why would I share an appetizer with somebody on a first date that I don't really know? So it's sort of tacky.
Wow. You're too ugly. I'm not going to order food.
Right. How about going to a coffee bar and not even ordering coffee? I mean, that's really...
But Julie, doesn't that go back to the picture that you posted online? Like, you're not the girl that you claim to be.
Right. If somebody sees a picture and they go, oh, gosh, this girl doesn't look anything like her. Please don't be my date. Please don't be my date. And it's your date. Don't walk out on them. Be pleasant about it. Cut the date short. But you never know. They might have a friend they could introduce you to. So I always tell singles to cast a wide net.
I like number 7, the to-go bag rule.
The to-go bag rule. Yes, I went out to a California Pizza Kitchen with a guy who didn't like his pizza, and he sent it back and complained about it. And you really shouldn't be complaining in front of somebody you barely know. Got a new pizza, ate it all, and then asked for his crust to go home in a to-go bag.
No way.
Yeah, pizza crust. Wait, it gets better, guys. Then he said, by the way, can I have the remains of her salad, too?
For the crust, though, I mean, do you think he had a dog, or...
Do you have a dog? And he said, no. I'm thinking, that is so cheap.
Wow.
Just do it if you're involved with someone and, it's a regular relationship. But on a first date, don't expect her to say yes to a second.
Wow. So just don't get it to go.
Don't get it to go the first time around.
Funny.
Well, this is all real stuff. And for a real thing that's out there that's never been, as we said at the beginning of this, never been more popular, cyber dating. It's not a joke book. It's good information. Julie, thank you so much for being on the show. And by the way, Ted wants to talk to you, so if you can hold for about 30 seconds.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Okay, get a copy of the book if you enjoyed it, because it's all listed right here, The Perils of Cyber Dating. And this is pretty much everywhere, is it not, Julie?
It's everywhere. I mean, in the United States, over 40 million singles have visited online dating sites, so I think it's time to sign up.
There it is. Really enjoyed talking to you, Julie. All right, we'll conduct business 20 minutes away from no apparent reason. Stay where you are. It's the Mark and Brian radio program.